Okay, so obviously everyone's been talking about Australia. Everyone's made videos on Australia, but I think there's something that a lot of people missed in the stream that EW had.
I saw some
And not
tracks in
even
that
so
area
much
earlier
that
this
people
morning.
didn't,
Hold on,
because it
I'll
was
send the
definitely talked
coordinates.
about amongst a lot of YouTubers, but I think a lot of people overlooked it as what it could mean for Call of the Wild. So here is the clip of what Jack C said exactly.
Updated on the graphics, but there's also red deer and feral goats that have got some love, and like it's a noticeable difference. It's a big change.
So basically what Jack C was saying in that is that the red deer got a rework, and so did the feral goats for the graphics. Feral goats, I think, got it because they needed it, but red deer had absolutely no reason to get a rework, in my opinion. I don't think anyone's ever complained about the graphics. What I think this could mean for Call of the Wild is we're getting more fur variants for the Great One Red Deer. Because they are enhancing the models of the red deer. I just don't see a need for it unless that's what it could mean. Jack C also said one other thing, and I think this is a very big new start for something in Call of the Wild that wasn't discussed too heavily by anyone either. So here's the clip of that from the stream.
On top of that, now this one came as a big surprise to me, but I think it's pretty cool, and I think you guys will appreciate this one. The Springbok, the Euro, and the Plains Bison, they will also have a reset. But the reason for this is they are getting new True Rack horn designs. So that's pretty gold.
Now, in my opinion, this can mean one of two things for Call of the Wild. And that could be that we are finally getting true racks for the bison species and buffalo species. So we could be getting true racks for the Cape buffalo and maybe a rework on the horns for the water buffalo. Water buffalo, I don't really think need it, but true horns for the Cape buffalo, I think, is something that is heavily needed throughout the community. The other thing that this could mean for Call of the Wild is a Great One European bison. Now, currently it is 3 Great Ones from Latent, because what EW was trying to do is get all the Great Ones that they can or want to off of the original maps as to not make people have to purchase DLCs to hunt Great Ones. And currently, we have 3 Great Ones that you can get on Layton. And then you also only have 2 now that you can get off of Hirschfelden. Couldn't think of the name. But currently, there's only going to be the red deer that is currently on Hirschfelden. But there's also the fallow deer, which is being added with the Australia update. Layton has the black bear, moose, and whitetail. So it's 2 to 3 right now. I think what they're gonna do is add another species from Hirschfelden to even it out, and either from there we'll get another Layton or go off to DLC maps. Personally, I was expecting something like a roe deer, but since they are doing a True Racks enhancement for the European bison and the Plains bison, maybe this, especially with what they've been doing with the European bison recently, they just got a multi-mount with the most recent update. Then they also got now they're getting true horns for the European bison. So maybe this is a built-up hinter to a Great One European bison. Or it could just be that they're adding this stuff to just improve the game. But I personally think that the European bison and the red deer both mean something for the game that is going to put the game in a better stage. Also, one other thing that I'm not sure if anyone caught during the EW stream, because I haven't heard it talked about yet, but the kangaroo are going to be a class 4, as shown when Jaxie spotted a warning call from one of them. They are going to be class 4. So that is a little update, because I remember on the first EW stream showing the Great One fallow deers, they did not want to show off anything for the kangaroos or really any species besides what they already had out. Just to go over a little bit, we're getting multiple Great Ones for the fallow deer. We're getting multiple Great One variations, from racks to fur variants. The fur variants that I can remember include fabled silver, fabled golden, painted, hooded. I believe there was also a fabled mocha, and that's what I can remember off the top of my head. We are also getting a new 22 to the game. Also a 223 buff. So basically the 223 is, in my opinion, it's a little stronger than the 243 based off of what we've seen so far. But honestly, I think with everything that's being done for the European bison, all of this does mean we possibly might be getting a Great One European bison. Because, again, something we currently just do not have in Call of the Wild. And that will even out the Hirschfelden and Leighton Great Ones. So I think it's something that needs to be done for Call of the Wild. A Great One European bison or roe deer. I kind of lean more towards roe deer just because I feel like they're one of the most overlooked species throughout the whole game, and European bison have become a little bit more popular as of recently. But I think since Quattro changed all their drink times and feed times, roe deer have become almost completely irrelevant to Call of the Wild. But again, these are just predictions, so do not quote me on anything. And that's my thoughts on the new update.